For a decade, Apple treated the living room like a side hustle. It was that extra box you bought if you were already deep in the ecosystem. But as we move into 2026, the game has changed. While everyone was distracted by the iPhone and the Vision Pro, Apple was quietly building a Trojan horse device designed to systematically dismantle the gaming console industry as we know it. This is the new Apple TV 2026. It's no longer just a slick puck for Netflix. It's a high-performance sleeper cell that's about to make your PlayStation and Xbox look like relics of a bygone era. The real nuclear option here is the A19 Pro Silicon. We aren't just talking about a faster chip. We're talking about the world's first 2nm end-to-node architecture from TSMC. By hogging the entire global supply chain of these chips, Apple has created a massive performance gap. In plain English, while your PS5 is screaming with fan noise trying to render modern graphics, this silver puck stays dead silent. It's equipped with a new vapor chamber cooling system inspired by the Mac Studio that pulls heat away so efficiently, you'll forget it's even on. We are looking at a 40% jump in raw GPU power compared to the previous generation, putting it squarely in the territory of mid-range gaming PCs. But let's address the elephant in the room: 8K content. Critics have said 8K is a gimmick because there's nothing to watch. Apple, however, is playing the long game with its massive technical engine. They've integrated a massive 16-core neural engine that handles AI upscaling on the fly. It's essentially DLSS on steroids. Using a proprietary machine learning model trained on billions of frames of high-end cinema, the A19 chip takes your standard 4K stream and reconstructs it with enough pixel density to make your current setup look like a CRT TV from the 90s. With HDMI 2.1b as the standard interface, the bandwidth bottleneck that plagued earlier attempts at 8K is officially dead. This isn't just about pixels. It's about the Apple Intelligence Engine intelligently sharpening textures, reducing noise, and expanding dynamic range in real time. Now, let's talk about the console killer claim, because this is where the USA market gets interesting. For years, the barrier for Apple gaming was the mobile-first mindset. Developers didn't want to port AAA titles to a TV box. But in 2026, the math has shifted. With hardware-accelerated ray tracing to 0.0 and unified memory, this architecture allows the GPU to access data instantly. We're seeing native ports of massive open-world titles games that previously required a dedicated cooling tower to run. We're talking about Resident Evil, Death Stranding, and rumors of a partnership with Ubisoft for the next Assassin's Creed, all running natively on VOS. To truly win over the hardcore American gamer, Apple is reportedly dropping a first-party controller. Let's be honest, the Siri Remote was never meant for gaming. The new Pro controller uses ultra-low latency thread technology, bypassing the traditional Bluetooth lag that has been the Achilles heel of Apple gaming for years. It features haptic feedback that rivals the DualSense, but with a battery life that lasts for weeks, not hours. This is the missing piece of the puzzle that turns the Apple TV from a media player into a legitimate gaming threat. Under the hood, they've finally ditched the budget storage specs. Old 64GB models were a joke. In a world where a single AAA game can easily exceed 150GB, the 2026 lineup starts at a base 256GB of Gen 5 NVMe storage, with options going all the way up to 1TB for the Ultimate Gaming Edition. Combine that with 12GB of unified memory, and the multitasking capabilities are insane. You can jump from a high-intensity boss fight to an 8K Dolby Vision movie in a heartbeat with zero stutter, zero reloading, and zero friction. Connectivity is another area where Apple is currently flexing. The device is fully future-proofed with Wi-Fi 7 and a 10 Gigabit Ethernet port. Why? Because in 2026, lag is the ultimate sin. Whether you're downloading a 100GB game or streaming a lossless 8K IMAX enhanced film from Apple TV Plus, you need every bit of that bandwidth. Apple is also leveraging its private relay and HomeKit integration to make this the hub of the smart home. allowing you to monitor your security cameras in a picture-in-picture window while you're mid-game. Without performance hit, the content ecosystem is also getting a massive injection of adrenaline. Rumors from Hollywood insiders suggest that Apple has been quietly remastering its entire Apple TV Plus original catalog into native 8K. Shows like Foundation and Silo, which are already visual masterpieces, are being prepared for a rare release that utilizes the full peak brightness of next-gen micro-LED panels. By controlling the chip, the hardware, the OS, and the content, Apple is creating a vertically integrated wall. This walled garden is something that Sony and Microsoft simply cannot replicate. They are selling you a lifestyle, not just a plastic box. But perhaps the most shocking part of the 2026 launch is the pricing strategy. Apple knows that to kill the console, they have to hit them where it hurts, the wallet. By leveraging their massive scale, they are rumored to keep the starting price at an incredibly aggressive $199. For $199, you're getting a device that outperforms most PCs on the market. It streams 8K content and acts as a high-end gaming console. There's even talk of a $349 bundle that includes the Pro controller and a one-year subscription to Apple One, which includes arcade, music, and TV Plus. When you look at the landscape of 2026, the traditional console market is in trouble. Sony is struggling with rising hardware costs, and Microsoft is pivoting toward cloud services. Apple is the only one offering a premium, local hardware solution that fits in your hand and home. The puck has grown up. It's no longer a hobby. It's a silent, silver monster that's ready to claim its throne. If you've been waiting to upgrade your home theater, the March 2026 keynote is going to be the moment of truth. Apple has spent billions to ensure that when you sit down on your couch, you reach for the Apple remote. The living room war isn't just starting, it's already over, and Apple has won. What are you going to do with your old consoles once this new box finally arrives? But look, as powerful as the Apple TV 2026 is, it's only one half of the story. If you want to see what happens when Apple takes this same technology and scales it up for the most demanding pros on the planet, you need to see the new M5 Max Studio. We're talking about a chip that actually outperforms a dedicated RTX 5090 rig. I've broken down the full M5 Ultra benchmarks in this video right here. Click it now to see the future of computing. Don't forget to subscribe to TechPulse, and I'll see you over there.